Hello everyone, Scooty 007 here bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game we have the 2-3 Boston Red Sox taking on the 0-4 Toronto Blue Jays. And here is the starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Leading off, the shortstop, Julio Lugo. Batting second, the second baseman, Dustin Peoria. Batting third, the designated hitter, David Ortiz. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Manny Ramirez. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Mike Lau. Batting sixth, the right fielder, J.D. Drew. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jason Vertek. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Sean Casey. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Coco Crisp. On the mound for the Blue Jays, it is Jesse Litchis. 13 wins, 9 losses, a 3.58 ERA, 176 innings pitched, 178 hits, 99 strikeouts, and 37 walks. We're here at the Rogers Center in Toronto, which gives a +1 to strikeouts and a -1 to walks. And with that, we are ready to start this game. As Lugo steps up into the batter's box, he's batting a .286. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. That's going to be a strike. Actually, no, that's going to be a blank. 2-5, and that is a single pass stairs. And Julio leads off with a single. Next up, it's going to be Dustin Peoria. In Peoria batting a .158 infield at double play depth. Strategy rolls a 13. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. That's going to be a strike. That's a 1. That's a 5. Struck him out. David Ortiz now up. Ortiz batting a .250. Strategy roll 17. Infield still at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 4-6. That's going to be a strikeout as well. That's a 10. That's a 6. And he struck him out. Manny Ramirez batting a .125. Strategy roll 13. Here's the pitch. 6-6. Home run chance on a 1-2. That's a 6. The 6 is too high. And that is going to be 4-1. And that's a fly ball out the center field to Wells to retire the side. So the Red Sox leave 1 stranded, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. Leading off, the shortstop, David Eckstein. Batting second, the left fielder, Matt Stairs. Batting third, the right fielder, Alex Rios. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Vernon Wells. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Frank Thomas. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Lyle Overbay. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Aaron Hill. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Marco Stutero. And batting ninth, the catcher, Greg Zahn. On the mound for the Red Sox, it is Clay Buchholz. 2 wins, 9 losses, a 6.75 ERA, 76 innings pitched, 93 hits, 72 strikeouts, and 40 walks. And here we go with David Eckstein in the batter's box. He's batting a .438. Here's the pitch. 4-2, strikeout. That's a 7. That's a 5. Struck him out. Matt Stairs. Stairs batting a .375. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-4. That's a blank. That's a strike. 15. The 18 is too high. 1-4. Power hit to Ramirez. And that's going to be an 8, and that is going to be a double. So double for Matt Stairs as he gets on with a double, and that's going to bring up Alex Rios. Rios batting a .294. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls an 11. And that's going to be a 1-5. 1-5 is a blank. 6-5. Ground ball to second. That is going to advance Stairs to third. And the out is at first. So with that, we go to Vernon Wells. Wells batting a .235. Strategy roll 8. Here's the pitch. 3-1. That's going to be a walk. That's a 6. That's a 2, and they walk them. So runners now in the corners, 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Frank Thomas. Thomas batting a .133. Strategy roll 8. Here's the pitch. 5-6. Home run chance on a 1-19. That's an 8. 14 or less. The 17 is too high. 2-6. Line drive to Lugo. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. After 1, we're scoreless. We go to the top of the second. It's going to be Mike Lau, JD, and Jason due up for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Mike Lau. Lau, 1-6. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 9. That's a 1. Struck him out. All right, JD Drew. Drew batting a .143. Here's the pitch. 3-5. Range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Rogers Center for this play. 6-2, and that's going to be a single past Wells. Wells' range is on a 1-3. That's a 5. And he makes the play. Well, with that, JD is on. 1 out, infield going to double play depth. Next up, it's Jason Vertek. Vertek batting a .231. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-4. That's going to be a blank. 6-3. Ground ball to first. And that's going to be a double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Lyle Overbay, Aaron Hill, and Marco Storacco due up for the Blue Jays. Lyle Overbay batting a .313. Here's the pitch. 6-2. Range play at the ballpark. 5-5. Power hit 9 to Drew. That's a 17. And that's an out. Well, actually, no, wait. That's a range check. Drew's range is a 2. That is a 5. And that is failed. Did not get it in time, and with that, Lyle Overbay gets on with a single. Infield going to come in for this one. We do have a sacrifice play coming up. Aaron Hill up. Hill is batting a 250. Here's the pitch. 1-6 hit by pitch. Nope. Lead runner thrown out. Hitter safe at first. So with that, Aaron Hill takes over at first as they got Overbay out at second. On that fielder's choice. All right, next up, it's going to be Marco. But first, we have a pickoff attempt. That's a 19 outside of the range. Marco is batting a 308. Here's the pitch. Infield coming to double play depth. 3-1, that's going to be a walk. That's a 14, that's a 1, and they walk Marco. That's going to bring up Greg Zahn. First time we're seeing him in this replay. Infield going to be at normal depth. Strategy roll 16. Here's the pitch. 6-2 range play at Rogers Center. 4-3 double star 5. That's going to be a fly ball to Ramirez. Left fielder Ramirez, and that one gets by him. Ramirez's range is in a 1-3. That's a 5. And he loads the bases with that. So Aaron Hill is going to get the hold sign. And with that, we have the bases loaded as we go to the top of the order. Here's David Exide, who's 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Infield at normal depth. Strategy roll 3. Here's the pitch. 6-1, question mark. Single on a 1-6. That's a 9. Too high. 2-5, pump up to first for out number 2. Matt Stairs upstairs is 1 for 1. Doubled his first time up at bat. Strategy roll 15. Jay's holding off. Here's the pitch. 6-1. Question mark. Single on a 1. That's a 5. Too high. 1-1. Pop up to Peoria. And that retires the... And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the after 2. Score tied at 0. We go to the top of the 3rd. It's Sean Casey, Coco Crisp, and Julio due up for Boston. Here's the pitch to Sean. Sean 2-4, wild pitch. We're just going to re-roll that. And that's going to be 2-4. We're going to re-roll that again. 1-6, strikeout 8. The 18 is too high. 2-1, that's going to be a double. And Sean Casey gets on with a double. Leads off. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Coco Crisp. Coco Crisp batting a 167. Strategy roll 13. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-2. That is a hit by pitch. That's a 4. The 10 is too high. 4-2. That's going to be a fly out to Stairs for out number 1. All right, sacrifice play coming up, and that's going to bring up, we go to the top of the order. Here's Julio. Julio batting a .333. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-3. 3-3 is a home run. Well, it's a successful bunt. That's what it became because sacrifice play on that. 2 outs, and Sean Casey goes to third on that one. Dustin Peoria up. Peoria is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll 9. Here's the pitch. 5-4. That's going to be a walk. That's an 8. The 11 is too high. 3-6. Power hit to Wells. On a 4. That's going to be a fly out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Alex Rios, Vernon Wells, and Frank Thomas due up for the Blue Jays. Here's the pitch to Rios. Rios is 0 for 1 on the day. And that is going to be 4-3. 4-3 is an error on a possible throw. 3-6. That's going to be a single to Ramirez. And that is a throwing error. That's a 1-base error there. So, error by Ramirez throws Rios onto second, gets the hold sign. And that's going to bring up Vernon Wells. Wells has walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 9. 2-6. 2-6 is a single. Rios on a 3. He was on second, goes to third. But from second to home, it's a 1 through 6. He has a 3. And with that, Toronto strikes first at home. They're on the board. And that's going to bring up Frank Thomas. Thomas, 0 for 1. Strategy roll 19. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 1-4. Strikeout 11. The 13 is too high. 3-2. That's going to be a single to Crisp. There's that one in the center field. Crisp couldn't get it in time. Wells. That's a base run of 4. We're going to see if he can take, if he goes to third. On a 1-3, if it hits out to Crisp, that's a -1. He has a 4. That's a 3. He will advance. So once again, the Blue Jays have runners on the corners. No outs. They're going to bring the infield to double play depth still. Lyle Overbay up. Overbay is 1 for 1 on the day. Strategy roll 6. Here's the pitch. 3-4. Strikeout 10. The 19 is too high. 3-5. Double star 3. Ground ball to second. And is he going to try to score? Yes, he is. Are they going to try to get the out at first? Yes. So with that, Wells will score. Thomas will advance. And the out is at first. And with that, that's 1 out. And that's going to bring up Aaron Hill. Hill, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-1, that's going to be a single. Thomas will advance home. He advances home on a single hit to first. On a 1 through 6 for base run, that's a 1. And with that, the Blue Jays are up 3-0. That's going to bring up Marco. Infield at double play depth. Here's Marco. Marco walked his last time up. Strategy roll 15. Infield at double play depth. The pitch. 5-2. That's going to be a strike 8. The 11 is too high. 1-6. That's going to be a line drive back to the pitcher. Runner is doubled up. That's going to be a double play. Nope, no good on that. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. After 3, it's Blue Jays 3, Boston nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It's going to be David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, and Mike Lau due up. Here's David Ortiz. Ortiz struck out his last time up. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. And that's going to be 4-6. 4-6 is a strike. That's a 10. That's a 7. Struck him out. And that's going to bring up Manny Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 4-2. 4-2 is a walk. That's a 15. The 17 is too high. 5-3, that's going to be a double star. Fly ball out to the stairs. Out number 2. Mike Lau up. Lau is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 1-2, hit by pitch. 15, that's a 10. The 15 is too high. 6-1, that's going to be a fly ball to stairs. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits. No errors, 3 up, 3 down. As the Blue Jays retire Boston in order, we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Greg Zuhan, David Eckstein, and Matt Stairs due up for the Jays. Here's the pitch to Greg Zuhan, who's 1 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be a 1-6. That's going to be a hit by pitch. That's a 0. Clay gives a -4. So that's going to be nothing happening there. 2-3. Power hit to Crisp. On an 18. That's a fly ball out. Crisp going all the way back to the wall for that one. And here comes David Eckstein. Eckstein is 0 for 2 in the day with a strikeout. The pitch. That is going to be 5-4 at the ballpark. 3-5. Fly ball to Ramirez. Out number 2. Matt Stairs. Stairs is 1 for 2 with a double. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-5. Possible error. 2-2. Double, single to Drew. Drew's error rating is at a 1 to 5. The 13 is too high. So Stairs on with a single, and that's going to bring up Alex Rios. Rios 1 for 2 with a run scored. Pickoff attempt first. 10 outside of the range. All right, here's the pitch to Rios. 2 outs, runner on first. Rios had a run scored his last time up. 4-4, strikeout 10. The 15 is too high. And that's going to be 5-3. That's a double to Drew. And with that, Drew cannot get it in time as he looks up. Rios goes to second. Matt Stairs on third. And that's going to bring up Vernon Wells, the center fielder. All right, here's the pitch to Wells. Wells is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored and an RBI. The pitch. Runners on first and second. Clay is already at his pull rating here, 3-3. That's a strikeout. That's a 6. That's a 5. Struck him out. So the Jays leave 2 stranded, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. After 4, it's Toronto 3, Boston nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It's J.D. Drew, Jason Vertek, and Sean Casey due up for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch to J.D. Drew. He's 1 for 1 on the day. And that is going to be 4-4. That's going to be a strike. 10-15 is too high. 6-2, and that's going to be a single to Stairs. And with that, JD leads off with a single. All right. And if you're going to double play depth, as Jason Vertek comes up, Vertek is 0 for 1. Strategy roll 6. Here's the pitch. 2-6 strike. That's a 17. That's a 15. Struck him out. All right. Sean Casey up. Casey doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Strategy roll 19. Infield still at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-5. That's a blank. 2-4. Pop up to Overbay for out number 2. Coco Crisp up. Crisp is 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 3-6 blank. 4-1 double star 4. Ground ball to shortstop. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 3 up, 3 down. As the Jays retire Boston in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Frank Thomas, Lyle Overbay, and Aaron Hill due up for the Jays. Clay can face 2 more batters, so this is probably going to be his last inning. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Thomas is 1 for 2 in the day with a run scored. And that is going to be 4-5. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 29. It's a 13, and they walk him. So with that, Thomas has been walked, and they go to Lyle Overbay. Overbay is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-2. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 10. The 16 is too high. 1-6. That's going to be a single to Peoria. And with that, Thomas will go to second. Gets the hold sign. Needs 3 through 6 to go to third. Oh, by the way, Lyle Overbay was 2 for 3 on that. And with that, that is going to bring up Aaron Hill. Hill has 1 for 2 with an RBI. Sacrifice play coming up, infield coming in. Clay tired. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-5. That's going to be a walk. That is a walk. Yeah, that was a little bit weird that popped up, but he does get the walk. Marco now up. Bases are loaded. And that is going to do it for Clay. They are making that call to the bullpen, and they are pulling Clay. So, Boston going to their bullpen now. We have a right switch right coming up. And they're going to bring in Devin Hansen to pitch. So let's take a look at his stat. He has one win, no losses, a 4.05 ERA. He's only pitched 6 2/3 innings. Allowed 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Take a look here at the stats for Clay. Clay went 4 innings, allowed 10 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA of 6.75 on that. So here's the pitch to Marco. Marco is 0 for 1 on the day. That is going to be a 5-4. That's going to be a strikeout. That's an 8. The 14 is too high. 4-2, and that's going to be a fly ball to Drew. That is a failed sacrifice roll. However, that is a sac fly. It's a 3. So with that, so it's a failed sacrifice roll. So that's going to get Thomas home. Lyle Overbay will go to third on that. And Lyle will advance to third. Runners now in the corners. We have a squeeze play coming up, and corners are going to come in for this. That's going to bring up Greg Zuhan. Zuhan is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 4-6 at the ballpark. That is a successful squeeze attempt. Only play is on the batter at first. And with that, we go to the top of the order. Aaron Hill on second. Greg Zuhan out at first. And Lyle Overbay scores. So David Eckstein is up. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-2. That's going to be a strike. 7. The 13 is too high. 6-6. Fly ball to Ramirez. And that retires the side. So 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the after 5. It's Blue Jays 5, Boston nothing. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Julio Lugo, Dustin Peoria, and David Ortiz due up for Boston. Here's the pitch to Julio. Jesse can face 8 more batters. 1-3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Rogers Center for this play, and that's going to be 3-1. A single plus 8 to Wells. And that single got stretched into a double because the roll of the 2 is less than the 3. So we go and we make that a double. And that's going to bring up Dustin Peoria. Peoria is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 1-6 strikeout. That's a 15. That's a 5. That's a 4. Struck him out. All right, infield going to double play depth. And that's going to bring up David Ortiz. Big Poppy comes up. He's 0 for 2 in the day with 2 strikeouts. 6-1. Double question mark, single, and a 1-4. That's a 13. 2-5, and that is a line drive to third. No double play there. So 2 outs. Runner on second, and here's Manny Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Home run. That's a 20. That's a 4. And kaboom! That ball is high and going deep. That ball is out of here. 2-run home run for Boston for Manny Ramirez. Fly ball for Ramirez out of here. And that puts the Boston on the board 2-0. And that is going to bring up Mike Lau. Lau is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 6-6. Home run chance on a 1-2. That's a 5. Too high. 5-2. Power hit to Rios on a 1. That's going to be a single. And that's going to bring up J.D. Drew. Drew, 2 for 2. Strategy roll 10. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4. That's a blank. 5-3, and that is going to be a single. No, I'm sorry. That's a ground out to second. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Matt Stairs, Alex Rios, and Vernon Wells due up for Boston. Hansek can face 4 more batters. They are going to leave him in. But here's the pitch to Matt Stairs. Stairs is 2 for 3 with a double. 5-5 range play at the ballpark. 1-5. That's a blank. That's a rare play. Let's see what happens. So we're going to move this over here. It's a rare play. Center field dives after a sinking liner. Resolve play as an S8 range. Check for injury to center field after range play. He does make the play. Chris's range is a 1-3. That's a 2. And Coco Crisp will miss 7 games. So I'm going to make a note of that. And with that, Boston loses their center fielder for 7 games, Coco Crisp, out on an injury. So we are going to replace him on that, so center field. And they're going to bring in Jacob Ellsbury to take over for the injured Coco Crisp. And that is 1 out, and that's going to bring up Alex Rios. Rios is 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a run scored. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-4 range play. 6-1. Ground ball to first. Casey's range is on a 1. That's a 6. That's going to be a failed, and that's going to be a single. All right. And with that, we go to Vernon Wells. First, we have a steal attempt. That's going to be a 16. That's going to be a 0. That's a 0 there. 16. And that's a 4. And Alex has successfully stolen second. Vernon Wells, here's the pitch to Wells. Wells is 1 for 2 in the day. 1-3, strikeout. 6, the 20 is too high. 1-5, line drive to Hackinson. To Hansack. No double play, but makes the out. 2 outs. Runner on second. And here comes Frank Thomas. Thomas, 1 for 2 in the day. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 6. 8 for that normal depth. 3-2, strikeout. That's an 11. That's a 9. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 6, it's Toronto 5, Boston 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Jason Vertek, Sean Casey, and Jacob Ellsbury due up for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Jason Vertek. Vertek is 0 for 2 in the day with a strikeout. And that is going to be 3-4. 3-4, home run. That's an 8. The 18 is too high. 3-4, ground ball to first. Out number 1, Sean Casey. Jesse, this is going to be Jesse's last batter. Well, we're going to see how he does. Sean Casey up. Casey's 1 for 2 in the day with a double. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 3-5. Range play at Rogers Center. 6-6. Fly ball to Rios. Rios' range is on a 1-3. That's a 3. He makes the play. Followed that and goes all the way back to the wall. 2 away. Jacob Ellsbury. He's 0 for 0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 2-4. 2-4. Wild pitch. We're going to re-roll that. And that is going to be 5-3. 5-3 is a strikeout. That's a 9. That's a 2. He struck him out and sing, "Take me out to the ball game." All right, we're here in we're at the 7th inning stretch, so let's take a look at the box scores so far of this game. Boston coming back in the 6th inning to score those 2 runs. They have 2 runs on 7 hits. Only committed 1 error so far. Toronto, 3 runs on 2 hits. 5 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They've scored in the 3rd inning, and they scored in the 5th inning as well. So that is going to do it for Hansack as well. So they're going to make that call back to the bullpen here in the 7th inning. We have a left, right coming up. So they're going to go with they're going to bring in David. No, can we do? They're going to bring in Mike Timlin. Timlin comes in. First time, no, we've seen him in this replay. He has, he pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit. No strikeouts, no walks, no ERAs on that. So taking a look at the stats for Devin Hansack. He went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Clay, however, ERA is 11.25 on that because he was still responsible for those the base runners. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Lyle Overbay, Aaron Hill, and Marco due up for the Blue Jays. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle is 2 for 3 on the day. That's going to be 5-5. That's going to be an error on a possible throw. 4-1, ground ball to short. That's an error. Error rating for Lugo is at a 1 to 13. That's a 3. And that's going to be a 1-base error. As Lyle gets on with an error due by Lugo. All right, Aaron Hill up. Hill is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and an RBI. Strategy roll 14. Infield coming to double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-6. 5-6 is a strikeout. That's a 9. That's an 8. Struck him out. 1 out, 1 on, and 1 away. Marco is up. Marco is 0 for 1 in the day with a walk and an RBI. Strategy roll 13, so the Jays holding off. Here's the pitch. 1-1, wild pitch. That's a 7. And that's going to move Overbay over to second. Here's the over to Marco. That's going to be a 1-5. Ground ball to Lugo. And the out is at first. So next up, it's going to be Greg Zahn. Zahn is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 4. Infield at normal depth. And that is going to be a 5-3. 5-3 is a home run. That's an 18. That's an 8. 18 too high. No home run there. 1-5. Fly ball to Drew. To retire to the side. No runs, no hits, 1 errors. After 7, it's Toronto 5, Boston 2. We go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be Julio, Dustin, and David Ortiz due up for Boston. And with that, Toronto is making that play to the bullpen. So Jesse is done. They are ahead. We have a right, left coming up. So they're going to bring in Sean Kemp to set up for the close. Kemp, first time we're seeing him in this replay. He has 3 wins, 1 loss, a 4.12, 4.12 ERA, 39 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 40 hits, 31 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Jesse. Jesse went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 7 strikes, 1 home run, and that's going to be a 2.57 ERA. So we go to the top of the 8th. He's going to face off against Julio, Dustin, and David Ortiz. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-2. That's going to be a strike 11. That's a 7. Struck him out. All right, next up, Dustin Peoria, the second baseman. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. 5-3, strikeout 5, the 12 too high. 5-4, and that's going to be a single to Rios. And that's going to bring up Big Poppy, David Ortiz. Ortiz is 0 for 3 on the day. 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. 5-5 range play at Rogers Center. 3-6. Fly ball to Wells. Wells' range is on a 1-3. That's a 6. It got past him, and Dustin gets the hold, son. And that's going to bring up Manny Ramirez. If you're going to double play depth, strategy has been turned off. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. Ramirez is 1 for 3 with a home run, a run, and 2 ribbies. 1-4 at the ballpark. 3-6 fly ball to Wells. And that is out number 2. So with that, John Kemp now tired. That's going to bring up Mike Lau. Lau is 1 for 3 of the day. Here's the pitch. 6-3. That's going to be a strikeout plus. That's a 19. We had 11. That's a 12. And he struck him out looking. Struck him out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be David Eckstein, Matt Stairs, and Alex Rios due up for Boston. And that's going to do it for Mike Timlin. Timlin is done. And they have a right, left, right coming up. They're going to go to Xavier Lopez to come in to pitch this inning. Taking a look at the stats here for Mike Timlin. Timlin went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 wild pitch, no ERA. All right, here's the pitch to David Eckstein. And that is going to be a 2-4, error and a possible throw. 6-6. Error rating is in a 1-4. That's a 19. No error there. And David Eckstein leads off with a double. All right, next up, Matt Stairs. Stairs is 2 for 4 with a double. Here's the pitch. 2-4, possible error again on a throw. 3-1, single to Peoria. No error there, that's a 5. Peoria's error rating is a 1-2, that's a 5. No error there. So, runners on the corners. Boston bringing the infield to double play depth. Here's Alex Rios. Rios is 3 for 4 on the day with a double and an RBI himself. 6-2, that's going to be a blank. 6-4, ground ball to Lugo. No error rating there. That's outside of the range of that. No, they're not going to send him. So the out is at first. Stairs will advance. 1 out, runners on, first and second. Vernon Wells up. Wells is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. He has a walk, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Infield at normal depth. 2-1 range play. 6-5 fly ball to Drew. Drew's range is on a 1-2. That's a 6. That's going to be a single. And that's also going to wave home Matt Stairs. And with that, the Blue Jays have a 5-run lead over Boston. It's 7-2 right now, and that's going to bring up Frank Thomas. Thomas, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Infield at double play depth. 1-4, strikeout 16. That's a 9. Struck him out. And next up, it's Lyle Overbay. Overbay, 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-5. That's going to be a double star. Fly ball to Ellsbury for out number 3. And that retires the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. After 8, it's Toronto 7, Boston 2. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Sean Kemp done. They're going to bring in Jesse Carson to close this game out. Let's take a look at the box score real quick for this game. After 8 innings, Boston was only held to those 2 runs in the 6th inning. Toronto scored in the 3rd, the 5th, and the 8th inning to give them that 7-4, that 7-2 lead. JD Drew, Jason Votek, and Sean Casey due up for that. Stairs is going to be done out in left field. They are going to replace Stairs. And they're going to go with Buck Coates to take over in right field. Everyone else is staying where they are. Shortstop's going to come out to David Exton. And they're going to bring in John McDonald to take over. McDonald now in shortstop. So J.D. Drew comes up. Here's the pitch for Jesse Carlson. We got to take a look here at the stats real quick for Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits and 2 strikeouts, no ERA. Here's the pitch. They are going to let Drew take this hit. We have a 2-6 at the ballpark. 5-4, that is going to be a ground ball to Hill. Out number 1. Jason Votek. Not going to take the hit. They're going to bring in Jeff Bailey to take the pinch hit. All right, here's the pitch to Bailey. Bailey, first time we're seeing him in this replay. 4-4, double star, fly ball to Wells. Out number 2, and with that, Boston now down to the final out. Here's Sean Casey. Casey is 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. Casey, 5-6, strikeout plus. That's an 18. That's a 3. Struck him out, and that's the ball game. And Toronto wins this game 7-2. Final line score coming right up. So Toronto finally getting that win moves them to 4-1. Boston drops to 4 at 2-4. Boston 2 runs on 9 hits, and they committed 2 errors throughout this game. Toronto 7 runs on 14 hits. Jesse Lynch is your winning pitcher today. Clay draws the loss. Manny Ramirez is your only home run for this game. Taking a look at the stats here. Jesse gets the win. He went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 1 home run. ERA of 2.57. Clay with the loss. He went 4 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 11.25 ERA. That is going to do it for us here in Toronto. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And until next time, I'm Scooty007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.